Hi. Oh, just been out with the dog. You can just see him in the background there. Oh, it's been a good day today, going up the woods and having a de-stress, having a think. I don't know about you, but I do most of my thinking and creative work when I'm outdoors. Uh, and I've kind of looked, when I've looked at us autistic people, I often think of us rather like belly buttons, innies or outies. Some of us want a place that we can create indoors that's peaceful, that we like, that we get on with. You know, think of a gamer, for instance, or someone who likes crafts and hobbies, or some people just want to be very, very still indoors, and that's where they have their ideas, and that's where they do their creativity. Sorry, I'll get that out of the way. Their creativity. I, on the other hand, I'm an outie, and lots of us go out and about. I've been in the woods today walking, and I've met a couple of people. We've passed the time of day and had a bit of a chat. And certainly when I've met both the people I've met out there, my autism radar's gone off. Whether they know they're autistic or not, I've no idea. But it was nice to meet them and just pass the time of day and talk about life and the woods and what's going on. And one of the, after this preamble, there's one thing I wanted to really say, and I've been reflecting on this quite a lot, is just how strong we as autistic people are. And that's something that's occurred to me a lot this particular year. This is the beginning of 2021, and I'm just reflecting on this from my work and life. I'm autistic with an autistic family. I do autism work with autistic people all over the place in many different circumstances. Learning disabled autistic people in the workplace, young autistic people in education, you name it, all sorts of people. And one thing I like about the world of autism is wherever we are, we get into something really, really good. So everyone I work with, everyone I know, everyone I'm related to who's autistic has got their passions, they have their interests. And the other thing we have is a great deal of strength. And this is something I've seen coming out a lot in 2020 with the pandemic, the lockdowns, etc., and lots of uncertainty and changes happening. Now, being autistic, we do like our regularity. We like predictability. As Peter Vermeulen calls it, a lot of the autistic life is the search for predictability. Yet this year, a lot of predictability's gone. I mean, I'm sitting in this car. I normally travel around the country a lot. And earlier this year, my car was coming up 95 to 96,000 miles. And I'm thinking, oh, I'll soon go over to 100,000 miles. Now, I'm now in 2021. Sorry, that was spring 2020. 2021, still not even close to 100,000 miles. I've taken the car out today just to give it a run and make sure its battery doesn't go flat. I've taken my work online. A lot of it has gone online this year. And there has still been quite an element of face-to-face. And what I'm noticing in my life and in the lives of other autistic people is we can cope surprisingly well with change, with things that are different, with things that are beyond our control, that are put into our lives that we never even thought were going to happen. And one of the things is, on working with people and on reflection on what they're saying and what I've been doing, is that being autistic, we have to change anyway. We're masters at change. We're masters at disguise. We're chameleons. We spend our time out and about pretending we're not autistic, pretending we can figure out everything in the non-autistic world. I mean, we can figure out quite a bit, but pretending we're not overloaded by it, pretending that it's our natural culture when it ain't. So we, even from very early in childhood, we can dig very, very deep. We learn by the time we're 3, really, to cover up for who we really are. We rarely will show it, maybe at home sometimes, but on the whole, we cover. And we learn coping strategies, and we learn how to understand, we learn how to deal. Now, this has come in very handy this year, in this last 9-10 months, with the COVID-19 thing going on. I'm not saying that any of us who are autistic have enjoyed this. There may be an autistic person out there who's had a ball because of how things are going. That's entirely possible. But we haven't necessarily enjoyed it, but we've been very, very strong. And I work with a lot of autistic young people who often feel they can't affect too much in life, and because they're expected to be what they're not and have to fit in with systems and things that they are alien to them, they often feel they're not that capable agents of change in their life. So they often feel and grow up thinking that I've got to be what I'm told to be, and that's that. However, we don't need to be. And this year, this strength and this coping strategy and this ability we've got to dig deep because we just have to, because we live in a world where we're not allowed to be who we are. We're almost, strange enough, quite good at living in a world where everyone else has been told to do something different that's alien to them. Because for us, that's our natural way of operating. Just this morning, I was with someone who's autistic, who runs a business and has got quite a number of employees. And again, we're into lockdown number 3 here in England. And this person concerned is positioning their business with their business partner right now. And they're using the autistic logic, this autistic way we have of going right to the back end of something, of figuring it out, working out what's going on, and that autistic resilience. That, I mean, they're not in. When I met them this morning, they weren't actually enjoying themselves, not by any means, but they can cope, they can deal, they are resilient, and they're positioning their business to do very, very well. It has done well already, and in spite of the odds, it's quite something. And that's what we can dig in and do. And I've seen young people at school too, or of school age, even if haven't been attending that much, they're still learning. Oh boy, they're learning. They really are. They're engaging with the work they've been set by the school, but also they've spent the time looking into life itself and everything else they've been doing, and their passionate interest. Those are our things. Now, the passionate interest in an autistic life, that's the thing that we are going to do in our life. That's what's going to really matter. It may be our own, it may be our work, it may not be. So we position these things slightly differently. But they have grown as people, and I've seen this year, in this last year, a lot of autistic people coming to the fore in many areas of life that we live and we work in. I've seen autistic teachers in education actually stepping up to the plate, doing pretty well. I'm not saying their non-autistic colleagues aren't doing as well either, but the autistic people can bring that deep coping strategy because they've lived all their lives being who they're not. So they can pull the rabbit out of the hat, so to speak. I've met autistic police officers doing their job very well under changed circumstances. I've met autistic doctors and nurses this year doing very well. They put their mind to something, they can change what they do, and they can actually achieve extraordinarily good results. It's that autistic problem-solving resilience, and it's this motor we have inside of us. It's this never say die kind of thing. It's I will make this happen. This is what goes on. And there's a lot of strength there. And another thing, just before I finish, I must say, I'm helping some autistic people in my work that I work with today, especially young people, to help them see, because they're often haven't been trained to reflect on their lives and how strong they are and how well they're doing. They've not been taught that, but to help them to see just how strong they are and how they have adapted and how they can be agents for change and run things well in their lives. And crucially, communicate this with other people, get on with other people, and make successes in a connected human way with other humans in life and systems and things, and to help them understand just how strong they really are, getting through what they're getting through. In a strange way, the rest of the world has been moved into their situation rather than the other way around. The rest of the world has lost its predictability. If you're autistic, you kind of lose that anyway, because you're living in a world that's not that predictable. That's why we like our passionate interests. They give us that peace and predictability when we need it. But yes, we are strong, and that there's strength that's come out this year, and there's some of the work I'm doing and I will be doing coming up is helping autistic people to see our strengths. And especially within that, resilience. It's very, very big in the autistic life. We've had to be resilient ever since the beginning. Always resilience. Anyway, I'll sign off now. I'm going to take this young lad home. Going to find something to eat. If you want me to address any other subjects or any areas of autism, please get in touch. Please leave a message in the comments, and I can always address anything you want to. If you want to hear more, please press like and press subscribe. I'll release videos as and when. I often see today's one has been done as a request. Someone asked me to address this issue, and that's what I often do. It's when people want to know something. It's like the training work I do. So yeah, have a great day, I'll be in touch with you later with some more about the world of autism, and here with a little dog as well. I think he's come to say goodbye. Well, I think he's tried to figure out why I'm not moving. There he is. Goodbye. Bye now.